Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to oh my gosh, I knew that was gonna happen. Welcome back to another episode of Technically Adulthood. Someone riddle me this: how am I to do a podcast where all I do is talk if I'm losing my voice? What's up with that? You know, Technically Adulthood. Welcome back. Okay, so I randomly have been feeling sick today, just not super, I'm losing my voice, just a little bit tired, whatever. But there's no such thing as being sick during Corona. I feel like I can't be sick without planning my funeral and making my arrangements. I'm okay, this is it. I'm ready. I'm going down. I had a great run. I lived a long life, 23, almost 23. That's not bad. In the olden days, I'm actually closer to 60 because they only live to be 7. I don't think that's historically accurate, but I was never really good in school. But I have a degree, so it doesn't matter. But no, I don't have coronavirus, but it's always really weird to just be sick during this time. Because are you guys feeling that when you're out in public and you have a sneeze or you have to cough and you're so scared? Is anyone else holding in their coughs and sneezes because they don't want to get the look? And I know you know what look I'm talking about, because when anyone coughs or sneezes around me, I'm are you seriously out here right now? Are you serious? These are people's lives you're playing with. Even though I know the common cold exists, other sicknesses exist. It's not gonna be Corona all the time. But I don't know. I feel people are just super on edge right now, and myself included. But I mean, I know I don't have Corona because my brother got tested to go back to school and he was negative, and if he's negative, I'm negative because we literally live in the same house. But yeah, I'm feeling sick, and so just in case, I'm gonna start making my arrangements. That's where I'm at this week. That's what's going on. I also can't stop eating. I thought we were past this. I know at the beginning of quarantine, everyone was sort of just sitting in the house, cooking and eating everything in the house, eating all the snacks, eating whatever. I literally for the past 2 days have not been able to stop eating for more than 30 minutes. And I'm actually at this point getting a little bit concerned. I don't understand what's happening to me, but I literally was just watching Kev on Stage's socially distant comedy special, and one of the comics was yeah, I'm not even eating because I'm hungry anymore. I'm just eating because it's been a little bit since I last ate. And when I tell you I felt that, let me tell you what I had to eat today. All within 3 hours, okay? I had a chicken quesadilla let's back up. I made myself the largest bowl of cereal, Captain Crunch and berries, known to man. it was the largest bowl of cereal I'd ever seen in my life. Then I had some bacon and some potatoes, and then probably 40 minutes later, I had a quesadilla from Qdoba and then some chips and queso. And then not an hour later, I had some chili that I made left over. And not an hour later, I had a cake pop from Starbucks. I'm not even hungry, and I've been eating this for the past 2 days, to the point where I feel I could last a week on how full my stomach is, and I don't understand why I'm eating so much. I feel I'm always asking for therapists or professional opinions. If you guys have any idea how to get this to stop, leave it in a comment below, because I literally feel Veruca, or no, not Veruca. Who was the one in Willy Wonka that blew up into a huge... Oh, Violet, you're turning violet. That's literally how I feel right now, as round as she was when they were rolling her out. And I thought we were past this. Binge eating was such a March quarantine thing. We're all the way in August, love. Get well soon, okay? If only it were that easy. Okay. So I don't come from like a super big family, but I did have two brothers growing up, and we're like both 2.5 years apart. Like, so my older brother's 2.5 older, and my younger brother's 2.5 younger, like almost exactly. Like, my brother was born on the 2nd, I was born on the 3rd, and like, it's okay. It's a lot of detail that you didn't really ask for or need to know, but I'm super close with my family. So as you guys know, Joshua just left for college. I was super close with him, and so in my house right now, it's like we were the only two quote unquote kids left. So it's like me and my parents, and then Blake is here, my little cousin who's 3. Love her company, she's so much fun. She just went to go be with her dad for the weekend, and I'm like, literally, who am I supposed to talk to? My parents? Like, are you guys talking to your parents? I know I'm like fronting because I actually like love my parents, but when I have no choice, like when I have no other choice but to talk to them, I kind of don't want to talk to them. Like, I want to make that decision. I want to wake up and say, let's go talk to my parents. I don't want to wake up and say there's literally not another option. If you want human interaction, it's going to come from your parents. Like, I'm not really into that. I feel like an only child. If you're an only child, how did you do it? I am literally bored out of my mind, okay? This is like, I'm used to having siblings, and I'm an extrovert on steroids. Like, I need to be around people almost 24/7. Otherwise, I will feel like my battery is just on empty. Like, where is everyone? Literally, where is everyone? I'm so bored. There's no one to talk to. Where are you guys? Like, where are you? I just don't get it. Kudos to all the only children. You guys are braver than the U.S. Marines. Okay. What else do I want to talk about today? Oh, let's talk about the internet, guys. So you guys know I have road rage. I have very bad road rage. It's something that I'm working on. It's something that I'm trying to get better with. Hannah Montana said that nobody's perfect, and I believe her. And so I'm not going to try to be perfect because she already told me that nobody is. My road rage, though, like, translates to other parts of my life. So I guess it's not really called road rage anymore, so much as it's just I'm like angry. Why are you so angry? Are you okay? Well, anyway, I have been having a little bit of a problem with the internet lately. Like, I've come to the realization that the internet is such a blessing, but it's also like a major, major curse, because there are so many types of people in this world, like so many, and without the internet you would not be able to ever interact with every type of person in this world. But with the internet, that is possible. So people that I didn't ever need to see or like hear their opinions about certain things, especially now in this like political climate, it's just so frustrating to see people just spewing so much like hate and just negativity, and just like, you guys know who I'm talking about. It's just like the greasy people that are sitting in basements like with nothing else to do but criticize others on the internet and like make judgments about things that they don't even know. Just those types of people. Like, I would have never had to even know that people like that existed if it wasn't for the internet. Now, granted, on the flip side, I have like a lot of positive influencers that I like to follow, and they keep me centered. So I guess I wouldn't know like them either. But just, I've been having a really big problem with internet trolls lately, because I just get so fired up. You guys have seen Inside Out, and like that anger emotion, that when he gets so mad and he just takes over, that is literally me. Like, I will be so close to like sending a tweet, replying to these trolls, but it's like, you need to think about it. Like, these people have no idea what they're talking about. They're just speaking out of the side of their left butt cheek, and it's just gonna make you more frustrated trying to explain to them common sense. So that's when I take myself to the calm down corner. The calm down corner was originally created for Blake because she's like in a phase right now where she likes to cross her arms and storm off and put her hands on her hips, and just, so we go to the calm down corner. She takes some deep breaths, she comes back and she's smiling and she's happy. So I will send myself to the calm down corner because these people just get me really fired up. And like I said, I want to be more patient and more zen. I'm working on it, but I'm not there yet. beloved, okay? We're not there yet. And so I'm just blown away by the type of people that exist in this world. Okay, little rant over. Okay, otherwise the internet's perfect. I love the internet and it's really cool, and you know, we get to do a lot of cool things that nobody else got to do before us, and it's super cool. Love the internet. Otherwise, some people are just weird, and I would rather not have to see them exist in ignorance. But you know what? That's life. What are you gonna do, right? Okay, so this week I have been thinking a lot about my life as a person and just like what I'm doing in this world. Obviously, I'm unemployed. You guys know this. I never shut up about this because honestly, my internal thoughts never shut up about it. So why, if I have to hear about it every day, shouldn't you guys have to hear about it every day? Anyway, don't have a job. And for so long, like that really wasn't an issue because like since I was 5 years old, my identity has been like a student. Who are you? What do you do? Oh, I go to school here. I go to school here. I'm a student. I'm in school. I'm not in school anymore. And honestly, I don't know if I will ever be in school again. I'm not completely ruling it out, but like, guys, I really was not ever good at school. It just wasn't really my jam. But who knows? You know, I might just go back to school for the heck of it because that's the type of thing I would do. Like, I would genuinely go to grad school just because there was nothing better on TV. Like, that's just the type of person I am. So we don't know if I'm going back or not, but I'm not really seeing it in my future, my near future. Anyway, it's so weird that now I sort of feel like I don't have purpose or like anything to do without that title of student. And it gets into this whole thing of like, why do you feel so connected to like what you do? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like who you are should be a lot more than just what you do or what job you have, you know, what school you go to, what salary you make, just all that stuff. It's like so not who you are. But for so many, literally since I was 5, like all I thought about who I was like the things that I did. I'm a student, I'm a thespian, I play volleyball, like that's who I am. But it's not who I am, because if it was who I am, I'd be screwed right now because I'm not in school anymore. So I would be nobody, I would have nothing. Like, it's just a weird time for me to be existing without knowing exactly what I'm doing. And it's so funny because it's not like I'm doing nothing. Like, I have this podcast started that I really am enjoying. I'm doing like a bunch of my freelance work that I talked about last week. Like, it's not like I'm sitting around twiddling my thumbs, but sometimes it does feel that way because I'm not like in a conventional role. Like, I'm technically self-employed. That's a stretch, but it's a stretch I'm willing to make because I have the time today. I'm like technically self-employed, but I just don't think about it that way. I think of it as me like just doing a fun side project or like just doing work for my parents, but actually like I'm doing legit work that could be building my portfolio and that I could use as leverage to land me that dream job. The problem is, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know what that dream job looks like. Okay, I don't have that answer. So it's really hard to take like a first step in your career if you don't know exactly where you want to go towards the end. For me at least, because I know like I said, my mom's a life coach and I know everything. Like, everything that my mom ever wants to tell me, I already knew she was going to say because I listen to all her Zoom calls and all her seminars and blah, blah, blah. Like, I hear this stuff. I hear her tell it to other people every single day. But I know consciously, like, it's okay to change your mind about, like, what you want to do. And it's okay to take a step and then decide to take another step in a different direction. But for me, I can't process the fact that that's actually something okay. Like, I'm like, yeah, it's okay, but I don't want to do it. Like, no, it genuinely is okay. Like, you're not going to have it all figured out by tomorrow. You're just not. But you might as well start getting out there and learning about things, take a job. Maybe you'll learn you absolutely never ever want to do that again. You would have never known that unless you took the job. Or you'll maybe find like, hey, I like doing this and I never thought I would have wanted to do this. And so then that will steer you in a different direction. It's just all about taking that first step. And I'm finding that I'm a little bit like cautious because I don't like the idea of like taking a step out and then not knowing exactly where my next step is going to be. I have just like a lot of different passions and I'm having trouble picking one or finding a way for them to all coexist. So like, I literally was just talking to my friend on the phone about how my job search has just like come to a screeching halt because I now look at LinkedIn like I look at Tinder. Like I get on Tinder, I look at the people that are on there and I'm like, there's nothing here for me. I get bored. I get bored basically and I stop and I just get off. That's literally how I'm treating LinkedIn right now, which is terrible. Like the stakes are a little higher for me finding a job than me like finding a match on Tinder. Like I should probably be putting a lot more effort into this, but I feel like because I am so concerned about those next steps, it really just prevents me from taking a step at all, which is terrible. I need to get over it. Maybe I'll start listening to my own podcast and just like taking notes, and then maybe I'll actually take the advice that I'm giving out. Or, you know what? I literally could have a conversation with my mother, but then I would have to find a way to squeeze myself onto her calendar because she's a very busy woman. She is in demand. Half the time, she doesn't even have time to give me a hug. I literally have to beg my own mother for a hug because she's just so busy saving everybody else's life. What about my life, Mom? What about my life? You know what's so funny is I was talking to her about just like how I was feeling and I'm feeling super stuck right now and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, well, you're going to have to figure it out. I mean, she said like nicer things before that, but eventually like in the gist, if you know my mother, you know, she doesn't really play around with the fluff. She just kind of gets to the point. She was like, well, you have to figure it out and I can't figure it out for you. That's something you have to do for yourself. And you know what? Is that not a scam? Like, is that like kind of not a scam? Am I the only one that sort of feels like that is not the way it should be? Because think about it. Sit here and think about it. If you were raised by your mother and if you had a good relationship with your mother growing up, she literally did everything for you. Like, my mom did everything for me. Like, she carried me, first of all, in her womb. She delivered me, she fed me, she clothed me, she changed my diapers, she bathed me. As I got older, but still like young, she was like making my doctor's appointments and my dentist appointments. Anytime I go out with my mother, like she just handled everything. She just does stuff. Moms just do stuff for you. So for me now to be having like a legitimate existential crisis and like being really just stuck and confused, and for her to say like, oh, I can't do this for you. Why? I want to know why. Like you've been doing everything for me for the past 22 years, and not like everything. Like obviously I've learned independence and I know how to do stuff on my own, but isn't it so much nicer when your mom just takes care of you? Like, ma'am, figure out my life for me, please. Like, get me back on track. Find my potential hidden somewhere and put it back in my body and let's go. I don't know what you think you're doing. You're my mother. You're supposed to get my life back together because you've been doing it for my entire life. Like, when did we agree that you would stop taking care of my life for me? I wasn't there, because if I was there, I would have voted nay. They would have said the ayes and they would have said the nays, and I would have said nay, and then the judge would have said the nays have it. So Marissa, you have to figure out Jewell's next steps, and you have to like plan her life for her because the nays have it. I guess she just never had that meeting and she just made that decision, which it wasn't correct. I don't agree. So I'm stuck and I'm just waiting for my mother to do the motherly thing and help me. So if you guys are still listening, which, hi, if you are, I really appreciate it. I want you to comment down below and just tell my mom, hey girl, like, it's totally fine. Just help her. Just like figure it out for her. Tell her exactly what to do for her to end up at a happy life and married to Blake Griffin and just living lavish with her 4 to 6 kids. Just tell her exactly how to get to the career she loves, where she wakes up excited every day to go to work, and she's just like living her best life. Just let her know the exact path. Just tell my mom like she can do that for me. Just tell her it'll be like Mom, if you're listening, it'll be the last favor I ever ask of you. Just tell me how to get where I want to go. And that's it. That's all I have to say, guys. That's everything on my mind. So, thanks for listening. Technically Adulthood. See you later. Bye.
Bye.